Hello again everyone and welcome back aboard Felicity, November 8033 Foxtrot. And WestJet, hello and welcome. We are on the ground here at Red Stewart Airfield. This is a small grass strip in southwest Ohio. It's a pretty popular training strip for tailwheel endorsements. I've never been here in real life, but with the help from some of the nice folks on the Ohio Pilots Facebook group, they were able to send me some images and pictures of the field. So with their assistance, I think that we got a pretty accurate representation. So we are going to test it out and see how well it works. Make sure that the runway is usable and the terrain is where it needs to be. So I just pulled it out of development. This is the initial trial. We're gonna do some pattern work here. Probably gonna stay in the pattern for a little bit. Then I'm going to grab some flight following and head over to Lunkun, Cincinnati Lunkun Field. We had a slight change of plans with the kids, so I was able to get kind of this impromptu flight in this evening. Probably won't be a very long one. We'll just see how things go. So yeah, Red Stewart Airfield down here, southwest Ohio. A couple of nice folks helped me out. So I am going to taxi this whole field. We're gonna do just kind of check it out, get the ground visuals, and just kind of show you the airport here. I will be taxiing in and definitely in some non-movement areas, so keep that in mind. We are in a simulator, however. All right, well, let's get started up here. Let me grab my checklist. Okay. Both wings are fully fueled. We are in a Skyline 182. It actually has an STC by VFR. It's a Boss 182, and it's about 2550 empty, but a useful load of 3500. It's the Lycoming IO 580. Alright. Both wings are fully fueled. We do have about 4.5 hours of fuel on board here. Okay. Let me, before we even get started up, go ahead and get my VFR flight plan filed with the virtual air traffic simulation network. And our call sign November 8033 Foxtrot. If I can type today. We are VFR and we are a type 182. Lightweight category. We do have GPS on board /G. Departure 40 India. Current time 040 Zulu. We'll just call it 050 off block. Altitude we'll say, and we're just going to Lunkun. We'll just call it 2500. Airspeed 110, arrival Lunkun Field. Not going to worry about an alternate. With our pattern work we're going to be doing here at Red Stewart, en route time, and we'll call it an hour, maybe high. As I said earlier, we do have 4.5 hours of fuel on board. Route details, we're just going to be VFR. Okay, and alright, I think we're good here. We're live weather enabled. Alright, our VFR flight plan is filed. Let's get started up. I do use a checkmate checklist. They do kind of come in handy, but as always, checklist compared to POH, just to make sure, because everything's just kind of translated by a person. Passenger brief. We are pattern work here Red Stewart. They just got out of development, and then over to, we're going to grab flight following over to Lunkun. Okay, tack time. Tack time 545.8. Does that match my last out? And yes, it does. Okay. We are 545.8. Okay. Not going to worry about oxygen. We're not going to be that high. And alternate static is off. Let's move right along to our start checklist. Seat track. Let me get scooted up here so I can reach the flight controls. Alright. Pedals. Alright. Okay. Avionics are off, our autopilot is off, our cow flaps are open currently, circuit breakers, they are all in. Our throttle's quarter, prop is high, mixture's lean, brakes are on. Clear prop, looks clear on the left. Got a couple aircraft on the ground on the right, I don't see any movement. Clear in the front. Master's going on, let's turn our beacon on. Mags to start. Alright, oil pressure is in the green. We're gonna sit here a minute, wait for our oil temperature to come up. Meanwhile, we'll turn our landing light on for safety. Alright, let's move right along to our pre-taxi checklist. Seat belts. Let's get our seat belts on here. Okay. Flaps are up. Not gonna worry about the heat. It's pretty hot as it is. Avionics going on. G5's coming alive. Okay. ATIS, let's get some weather information. Red Stewart does not have a METAR station. Let's see, who do we got that's close? Warren County. In the real world, there's no way I'd probably be able to pull this METAR. Most of your ATIS information works on the VHF line of sight. Through the magic of simulation, however, I am going to go ahead and just push a couple buttons here. Let's see, ATIS 120.55. Let's see if we can get that information.
Lebanon War & Co. weather. Wind light and variable, visibility more than 10. Sky clear, temperature 22, dew point -4. Altimeter 2993.
Winds were light and variable. Is that right? Let's catch it again.
Lebanon War & Co. weather. Wind light and variable, visibility more than 10. Sky clear, temperature 22, dew point -4. Altimeter 2993.
2993. Alright. Let's get that set up here. 2993. Does that match my field elevation here at Red Stewart? What's that put me at? Was it like 920, 930? And we got a field elevation of 955. I'd say our weather information is fairly accurate, considering we're not at the exact station we pulled from. So let me just go ahead and I'll just set the altimeter to the field elevation, and then that way we know for sure where we're at. Okay. Our oil temperature has come up. So let's move right along to our pre-taxi checklist. Alright, we've got our altimeter set, we've got our weather. Alright, transponder, that's important. Transponder, squawk mode VFR, mode Charlie. heading indicator compass. And that's about... There we go. Alright, that matches our navigator there, heading about 040. What compass shows about 040? Okay. Alright, so we're essentially what I would consider, and let's see if Lunkun or Red Stewart even has a airport diagram that I can overlay. It does not. So we are on the south side of the strip, pointing north. So we're just gonna go ahead and taxi on the south side of the rolling grass here, and then we'll taxi towards the front of the field. You know what? Actually, we'll taxi down to the end, and then we'll back taxi up. Parking brake off. Okay. Red Stewart traffic, Skyline November 8033 Foxtrot, taxiing runway 26 on the ramp, Red Stewart. Correction, Red Stewart traffic, Skyline November 8033 Foxtrot, taxiing runway 08, Red Stewart. So what I was able to tell from some of the photographs that I received, the runway is marked with sort of like yellow domes, plastic domes maybe. From some of the imagery it's kind of hard to tell. But I was able to find some yellow runway markers that, yeah, for all intents and purposes, I think they do the job just fine. Okay. And right about there. Alright, there's that other area. So on the west side, I guess you would call it the northwest side, looked like there were some hangar houses back in that area, and it's probably one hangar and one house that I could tell. So we'll go over and circle around, check that out in just a second. Displaced thresholds at both ends, marked with triple cones. Correction, I want to say it's just the one end. Yeah, it's just the west runway. So what is that, 26? Basically to avoid the trees and houses across the street. Alright. So the thresholds are marked with double cones. The displaced threshold on the westbound runway is marked with triple runway markers there. And we're clear. And we're clear. Okay. Then we have this. And this area was, I deducted this mostly from satellite imagery. It was hard to, didn't really have much in the way of ground imagery. But it did look like there was a residence back there, and a hangar building, and a couple of small garages, maybe a shed. Again, hard to tell. But what I'm looking for is a good VFR footprint from the sky. I want to recognize this as the field that I developed, and I think from the sky, I think it'll be just fine. So we do have 4 trees that come down along there on that side. Okay. but he's here, so we're just gonna go ahead and back taxi. Red Stewart traffic, Skyline November 8033 Foxtrot, back taxi, runway 26, Red Stewart. But since I am on the air traffic network, I am gonna go ahead and make my traffic calls as appropriate. Okay. The runway is designed to match the elevation contours, so and it's relatively accurate within about 10 feet or so. I mean, if there's a divot in the runway, it's not gonna know, but if you've got a sloping runway, it is gonna know. But I'm really excited about this one because, like I said, this is a pretty common one for some tail wheel, a lot of tail wheel training. Alright, here's our displaced threshold for the 26N. We've got our triple markers here. Okay. Okay. Here's our 26 threshold, the double markers. And then there was a body of water just kind of over here to the northeast, a small body of water. Looked like another house over there. And again, I draw all of this from satellite top down, so it's not going to be the most accurate representation. And since it is to be included in future releases of X-Plane, I'm very limited with the type of objects I can use. If they let me use a bunch of custom models, I can make this thing really, really accurate. Alright. So here's a little pond area. Route 42, and that's what I thought this was. Okay. Remember, we are in a simulator. We are going to kind of hop on out into this gravel pathway here. Now, I'm not sure what the first building was, but the second building it appeared to be like a skydiving center. And from what I could tell, there was a flagpole. The skydiving center is supposed to be this second smaller building here. There's a static aircraft. It looked like a twin that was there. There's a skydiving center flagpole. I noticed a couple trees. I'm assuming this is a fuel area. I noticed a large tank there. The other thing I noticed is that in front of the airport they had like a marquee sign. And I don't know if that sign was congratulating recent PPLs or recent tailwheel endorsements, but I'm assuming it was a congratulatory sort of marquee. So Kevin is the name of one of the gentlemen that primarily helped me out with a lot of the imagery. So I went ahead and kind of put him in there for that. I'll let you take a gander as to whose name is on the other side. Remember what I said about those non-movement areas? Alright, got a couple of red and white poles here. Red Stewart Airfield. These are not accurate representations of the mailboxes that I observed in the front there, but there were some old mailboxes like 5 mailboxes on one post. I just couldn't duplicate that. But we do kind of have the gravel bed parking area here. I did notice a dumpster kind of in the middle, sort of a play area. And these fine details here, these are where the pictures really kind of helped me out, from some of these Ohio pilots and from that Ohio pilots Facebook group, because from the satellite view, all these fine details you can't really tell. The swing set, the location of the picnic tables, things like that. So that really kind of helped kind of set it off. So we'll go around the front here. Like I said, I'm assuming that's a fueling area. And then this, I guess, would be the front of that skydiving center. And there's another building beside it. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Well, I did notice an aircraft sitting there. And then some picnic tables I noticed as well. Okay. We'll spin right back around. There was that first shed. That's like a smaller building. That's where the windsock is located. Kind of that, I guess you can call it the southeast corner of that first small shed. And again, these are where the pictures really came in handy. I never would have noticed some of these park benches. There's some of these park benches beside some of these hangars. And this second building, I'm sure is, it's nowhere nearly accurate. I'm sure it's a lot older, but there's another small outbuilding there. I think that's where the yellow cub lives. Okay. And we got some, looks like some T hangars, and then a larger hangar building. Alright. Let's go flying. Yeah, I can. My display threshold mostly affects my landing. I can use the space for my takeoff roll, and that's what we're gonna do here in just a second. I'm gonna do a run up and mag check. Appreciate that, WestJet. Alright, run up checklist. What are we on here? Fuels on both. Trim, set for takeoff. Flight control is down on the left, or down on the right, up on the left, down on the left, up on the right. Elevator and rudder both feel responsive. Okay, nothing on the annotator panel. Alright, brakes are on. 1800, here we go. Left mag, there's my drop. Right mag, there's my drop. Just cycle the prop. 1, 2, 3. I do cycle the prop at least 3 times to make sure the oil is warm and moving through there like it should be. Okay, everything was in the green, suction was in the green, oil temp, oil pressure was all good. Alright. Parking brake on. I'm going to step out for just 1 second to check something, and I will be right back. And we'll go ahead and do some pattern work, and then head on over to Lunkun Field. Alright, I apologize about that momentary pause there. Seatbelts back on, scooted back up. Alright, our run-up checklist was complete, yeah? Yes, our run-up checklist was complete. Okay. Alright. Let's go ahead and get our strobes on. Okay, doors and windows are all closed. Our landing light's already on for safety. Okay. Alright. And wind was light and variable. We're gonna take runway 26, is that right? Normally I would set my heading bug to the wind direction, but for the sake of our pattern work, I'm gonna set it to runway heading. Okay, parking brake off. Waynesville traffic, Skyline November 8033 Foxtrot, taking runway 26, left close traffic, Waynesville. Okay. Let's grab the center. Alright, full power. Let's maintain rudder for center. Airspeed's coming alive. Let's rotate. Alright, do have positive climb rate. Everything is in the green. I'm going to call it go. I'm looking for VY right now. Pattern altitude here is going to be about 2,000 feet. I'll go up to about 1,700, make my crosswind. Waynesville traffic, Skyline 33 Foxtrot, airborne off of 26 and left crosswind, Waynesville. Okay. Okay, there's a field. Looks like a decent spot for a downwind. Waynesville traffic, Skyline November 8033 Foxtrot, left downwind 26, Waynesville. Alright, just passing midfield, beam the numbers. Alright, showtime. Let's power back a bit. You need 10 flaps. Let's grab about 80 knots. Almost on the 45 there. Alright, left base, Waynesville traffic, Skyline 33 Foxtrot, left base 26, touch and go, Waynesville. Alright. Waynesville traffic, Skyline November 8033 Foxtrot, final approach 26, touch and go, Waynesville. Flaps 2. Yeah, I can see why they'd want to displace threshold on that end. Alright, what are we doing? 70 knots? Indicating 70 along the ground. Alright, so remember my displaced threshold was marker 3. $62. Alright, there it was. Flaps up on the full power. Airspeed's alive. Let's rotate. Waynesville traffic, Skyline November 8033 Foxtrot, airborne left for 26, and gonna go left cross 1, Waynesville. Okay. There's our crosswind. I'm going to keep this pattern just a little bit tighter. Waynesville traffic, Skyline 33 Foxtrot, turning left downwind 26, Waynesville. Being the numbers. Alright. Waynesville traffic, Skyline November 8033 Foxtrot, turning left base 26, touch and go, Waynesville. Yeah, WestJet, that one didn't turn out too bad. It was a pretty decent landing, if I do say so myself. Waynesville traffic, Skyline November 8033 Foxtrot, turning final approach 26, touch and go, Waynesville. Melvin Leroy, welcome my friend, welcome. Overshot that one just a little bit. Let's see if I want to try and correct that or not. Flaps 10. Alright, we'll just slip it in there. We got it, it'll be alright. Flaps 2. Alright, there's our displaced threshold. Flaps up, full power. Rudder for center. Alright, positive climb rate, everything's still in the green. Yeah, I'm gonna, that tighter pattern didn't end up exactly like I wanted it to, so we'll take it wider again. We'll go back up here to 1700 before we make our crosswind. Alright, let's turn left crosswind. Waynesville traffic, Skyline November 8033 Foxtrot, turning left crosswind, 26 Waynesville. Waynesville traffic, Skyline 33 Foxtrot, left downwind 26 Waynesville. Hey, we got a VFR around here, Wilmington. MXQ. Let's get that in box 2 here. MXQ. Wilmington traffic, Waynesville traffic, Skyline November 8033 Foxtrot, midfield left downwind 26 Waynesville. Okay. So that's only 15 miles away. That'll work out great. Alright. Power back. Me flaps 10. Waynesville traffic, Skyline November 8033 Foxtrot, turning left base 26, touch and go, Waynesville. Alright, we'll do one more here, one more touch and go. Actually, I want to make this a full stop and take off from the other end. Waynesville traffic, Skyline November 8033 Foxtrot, final approach 26, full stop, Waynesville. Okay. Alright, we're flaps 10. Here, flaps 2. Let's watch for a threshold. Alright, display threshold in sight. There it is. Okay. We're just going to roll out all the way down to the end here. And WestJet's won all the landing predictions thus far. So we're gonna go ahead and depart runway 08 and 110 airborne. We'll go ahead and grab a VFR flight following to Lunkun Field. Okay. Parking brake on. Be right back. Excuse me for just a second. I need to go check something on the other computer.
Air Transport 829, about to begin taxi to Teachers Right, Wilmington Airport for departure. Air Transport 829, ready to begin taxi to Teachers Right, Wilmington Airport. Air Transport 829, taxi to Teachers Right, Alpha 1 at Wilmington Airport for departure.
Alright, so sorry about that delay again. I think we should be good to go. Alright. And let's go ahead and make our traffic call. Before we do that, let me go ahead and get a... Let's see. Alright. Looks like we might have lost our ATC coverage for the area, but that's alright. We're just going to go VFR. Waynesville traffic, Skyline November 8033 Foxtrot, taking runway 08, straight out departure, Waynesville. Full power. I didn't catch that traffic call. That's alright. Airspeed's alive, we've rotated, everything's in the green, positive climb rate. Okay. And we'll go ahead and proceed on course. So we're going to Lunkun, right? Is that what I said? And direct is 28 miles or so. There's something, since we are in a simulator, there's something we might try on our way down there. GPS, of course, to 217. Alright. Where we at? 2300. We filed 2500, so let's go ahead and get up there. Alright. $2,500, level off, power back. I'm really tempted, since I'm down in the area, to fly underneath the Jeremiah Memorial Bridge. That was actually done recently in the last couple of years by Martha Lunkun. I kind of thought they'd give her a slap on the wrist, but they kind of cut off her arm for a while there. Question asked was, what made I like the 182? Well, I initially designed this as a 172 flight trainer, and it still is a 172. I can still load the 172 up, but I found that with a lot of the cross-country group flights that I've been doing some practice with, it just wasn't fast enough. So I wanted the same, the same, relatively the same type of aircraft to fit, what I built, but something with a little more speed. So the 182 definitely serves a purpose for that. And Rob Valkyrie, hello. Hello, Rob, welcome. We just took off of Red Stewart and heading down to Lunkun. Alright, we're just gonna head over to the river. We're gonna head over to the Jeremiah Memorial Bridge. So we grabbed the river, we'll use that as a VFR landmark. We can follow that all the way down. That should take us directly there. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to fly underneath the Jeremiah Memorial Bridge. Because the virtual FAA cannot come and take my virtual pilot rating. I was really hoping that Indianapolis Center would be online, but so that we could grab some flight following. I checked and they were online earlier. But oh well. Alright, there's our river. Do we want to? We're gonna have to schedule in this thing if we want to get down to that bridge. In fact, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do a. Yeah, it's a lot closer than I thought it was. All right, so we're gonna kind of do a couple of 360s to get down there. Now, I haven't actually tried this yet. I don't even know if the terrain mesh is going to be compatible. Watch me run into some sort of collidable down there. I have no idea. But if the bridge is accurately modeled, there's no reason why we should not be able to fly underneath of it. Okay. Let's kind of do a 180 down into the ravine down there. And where we at? 80. Still looking good. Okay. Alright, we've got the river. This is definitely a no-no. But I don't think there's going to be anybody working under there today, so I think we'll be alright. Power. Alright, there's a steep turn there. Just stay in that ravine. Whoa, boy. Well, we didn't crash into anything. Definitely had to VX up out of there. I didn't even have I had to really add that power real quick because we were definitely low. That was definitely a close one. But, you know, it's all models. I don't know if those trees were taller or shorter, so who knows. But Martha Lunkun did it. Survived. Lived to tell the tale. Alright. Off to Lunkun and no ATC. Alright. Atlanta Center is online. That doesn't help us. Alright, let's get back up to 2500. And let's see, what was that airspace? So that outer ring was... Alright, so we have a 5,000 foot shelf on the outer ring, and then a 3,500 foot shelf. 3,500. So as long as we're below 3,500, we'll be alright to get into Lunkun. .21 miles out, and they're making a ground speed of about 120, indicating 120. Our winds are still calm and variable. Let's see, let me try and stay ahead here. It is 120.25 for Lunkun. Let me get that set up. 120.25. See if I can grab that yet.
Cincinnati Muni Lunkun FLD information Oscar. 1900 Zulu weather. Wind 290 at 8, visibility more than 10. Sky clear, temperature 18, dew point -10. Altimeter 2993. Arriving runway 21 left, departing runways 25, 21 right. Advise on initial contact you have Oscar.
21 left. 21 left. What do I know about Lunkun?
Cincinnati Muni Lunkun FLD information Oscar. 1900 Zulu weather. Wind 290 at 9, visibility more than 10. Sky clear, temperature 18, dew point -10. Altimeter 2993.
2993.
Arriving run.
Alright. So our winds were 290. So we could do 21 left. And have a little bit of a crosswind. Alright. So I'll make my first Unicom call when we're about 10 miles out, and I'll make my second about 5. I don't think we have a whole lot of traffic in the area right now. Alright, altitude, where are we at? 2,500? And what's our shelf? 5,000 for the outer? Okay. I think we'll be alright. And 2-1 left. I'm pretty sure it's left pattern at Lunkun. Okay. 2-1 left. 6,100 feet long, 150 feet wide. Excellent asphalt. Okay. Field elevation's 483 feet, so I should probably expect pattern altitude to be about 1,500 or so. Alright, let me pull this power back. We're making some pretty good ground speed and we're 13 miles away. Okay. 11 miles. Everything's in the green. Fuel's on both. Mixture's full rich. Prop is in. Okay. We're gonna hang out here about 2,000 feet until we get closer. I do have the field in sight. It is at 12 o'clock. Alright, we are 10 miles out. What did we decide we're going to take? 2-1 left. Okay. And we're coming straight in, so how do we want to enter this pattern? I think I'll cut it wide and cross over midfield and join the left downwind for 2-1 that way. Lunkun traffic, Skyline November 8033 Foxtrot is about 9 miles southwest, and we're going to be intending to cross over midfield to join the left downwind for 2-1 left Lunkun. And I said southwest. We're actually northeast. I'll correct it on the next one. Okay. And yeah, we're way into the shelf, so we're good to yeah, we're under the class Bravo. Alright, I do see runway 21 left. You know, I'd actually have to cross over 21 right if I entered that way. Alright, change of plans. We're gonna take it wide the other way and probably enter in the 45 for 21 left. Lunkun traffic, Skyline November 8033 Foxtrot is 6 miles northeast. We're going to be entering the 45 to join the left downwind for 2-1 left. Full stop, Lunkun.
Traffic, RV7 crossing over the departure end of runway 7 for the downwind.
Yeah, that'll work out just fine. I would say we can go cruise around Cincinnati VFR, but since I just did a bunch of scenery testing, my graphics are kind of maxed out right now.
Traffic RV7, midfield downwind, runway 7.
So we're going to kind of stay away from Cincinnati. It's a very populated area. It's really going to slow us down. Alright, 3 miles out. About 2,000 feet. Our pattern altitude here is, what did we say it was? About 1,500 probably. Our field elevation was 483. So I would expect pattern altitude to be about 1,500.
RV left face, 07.
Okay. Almost to a good spot to make our turn to the 45.
traffic Scout 561 Papa is approaching the end of runway 7, departure end, and be crossing over left downwind for 7.
Traffic, Diamond Star 899 Delta Sierra 2004 miles to the north, coming in the downwind 33.
Traffic, Diamond 405 Mike Alpha, departing runway 6 to the south.
Lunkun traffic, Skyline November 8033 Foxtrot, entering the 45, turn left downwind 21 left, full stop Lunkun. Okay.
Reserve Prime Mike Alpha, departing pattern to the south.
Alright. Just about at pattern altitude.
Runway 24.
Okay. There's our downwind.
Skyline 182 Victor is departing pattern to the south.
Lunkun traffic, Skyline November 8033 Foxtrot, midfield left downwind 21 left, full stop Lunkun.
Traffic, Cessna 776, clear runway, taxiing to the field bump.
Beam the numbers. Showtime. Power back. Flaps 10. We're a little bit away. Might be a little bit wide on our downwind, but that's alright. Let me just make sure ATC didn't jump online. Okay, we're good to land. Lunkun traffic, Skyline November 8033 Foxtrot, left base 21 left, full stop Lunkun.
797 Pop with you, just off high southbound. .3077, crossing runway 24 midfield.
Okay. Looks like a good spot for a base to final.
Traffic, Skyhawk 64776, taxiing to runway 24.
Lunkun traffic, Skyline 33 Foxtrot, left base to final, 21 left Lunkun.
Traffic, Cirrus turning base final for runway 24.
Flaps 2.
Traffic, Glass Air 4 Mike Kilo, taxi from the North T hangars to the run-up block, runway 24.
Lunkun traffic, Skyline 33 Foxtrot, short final approach, 21 left, full stop Lunkun.
Mission traffic, Mall 5 Kilo Tangos, 2 mile final, 10 maybe.
Give me, yeah, flaps 2 is good. We're good with flaps 2. Okay. Got a good centerline picture.
Traffic, Pawnee, 99er Yankee. Entering left downwind for runway 36, switch lift.
Flare, hold it, hold it, hold it. Alright. Flaps up. And look at that, that worked out perfectly. Unfortunately, this is going to be our last stop for the evening. Go ahead and get some work here shortly. So yeah, this will be the last one. If you are new here,
Traffic 044 is turning base for 10 Mason.
If you are new here, you can feel free to go ahead and follow the channel so you can catch the next one if you're interested. If you have come back to see me, like I know a lot of you have, as always, I greatly appreciate it. Let's go ahead and clean up real quick. Strobe's going off. Alright. Let's leave our landing light on. Okay. Okay, trim set for takeoff, fuel combo. So yeah, if you have come back, as always, I do appreciate it. Flying is fun. Flying is more fun with more than one. Lunkun traffic, Skyline November 8033 Foxtrot is clear 21 left, taxi into the ramp Lunkun. Alright, what do I know about Lunkun? Okay, the FBO's up here, just off of Charlie. Alright, let's go find the FBO and park there.
Traffic 044 is turning final 10 Mason.
Okay. Let's just head on over here and park.
Lake area traffic, Skylane 265 to Foxtrot is 4 to the southwest, transitioning northeastbound at 2500 Lake.
Alright. Parking brake on. Let's go ahead and get our G5 off. Turn our avionics off. Landing light off. Turn our beacon off. Make sure the rich, max off, and master off. Okay, well there we have it. Let's grab the tack time out. What do we got? 5, 4, 6.9? Yeah, 5.6.9er. So 1.1. A couple in the pattern at Red Stewart, and then over to Lunkun. So, there we go. Kevin, if you were watching, I can't thank you enough for your help with some of the photos for Red Stewart. And WestJet, buddy, I appreciate you. Been with me since pretty much the beginning, so thanks for coming in. And Rob came in to say hi. And I think that's about all I can confirm right now. Melvin Leroy, he stopped in to say hi. Yep. So, alright. So there we have it. We are shut down. Parking brake is on. So, again, I want to thank you for coming in. That is all for today's flight. So, let's see who else is flying that we can possibly send you to. For those wanting to continue watching. Okay. Thanks for coming in. We'll see you later. we have... okay, Sim Caesar's flying. We'll send you over to Sim Caesar. What's he doing today? He's in Microsoft Flight Simulator, so we'll see what he's doing. We'll raid him.